In a last-minute surprise move, the grand jury examining the Manhattan District Attorney's hush money case against Donald Trump was called off after being told to show up Wednesday afternoon, leaving some to wonder why. Many anticipated jurors would be voting on a possible indictment of the ex-president, one he wrongly claimed would come on Tuesday. The grand jury has been told to stay home today. They're on standby for tomorrow, an unnamed senior law enforcement official said, Politico reports. A spokesperson for Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg told Politico, "We can't confirm or comment on grand jury matters." Meanwhile, CNN's Paula Reed reports, sources tell CNN that prosecutors have been in touch with an attorney for at least one witness, and they signal that they're leaving the door open for that witness to potentially come back to give additional testimony. One of the big questions right now is whether this grand jury has actually completed its investigation or whether they will need to hear from additional witnesses. Reed says it's also possible prosecutors are taking a moment to really consider the historic weight of indicating a former U.S. president. Experts are offering insight on the delay, with some pointing to tying up loose ends, others suggesting security concerns, and others say delays like this are to be expected. Top National Security Attorney Brad Moss commented on Reed's CNN report, saying, "Interesting. Makes sense." Overnight, former U.S. Attorney Joyce Vance wrote, "Wherever the truth lies about what's going on in Manhattan, that timeline suggests there may not be an indictment tomorrow or even this week." After news that the grand jury would not meet Wednesday broke, she pointed to that remark and wrote, "This now looks like it will be the case." That echoes a little-noticed Fox News report from Monday that indicated any possible indictment would not come before next week. A law enforcement source said law enforcement does not expect the former president to be arraigned until next week, as the Manhattan grand jury, which has been meeting secretly to hear evidence for weeks, has another witness on Wednesday. A virtual option was apparently ruled out as the DA is opposed to it. Could security be the reason for the delay? On Tuesday, award-winning reporter Carol Leonig said law enforcement agencies are investigating chilling threats, including against Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg. "I have received copies and screenshots and internal documents and emails flagging concerns about specific protests, investigations into specific online threats that have been made that are not yet determined to be credible and likely to occur, but have been chilling nonetheless in terms of the threats that have been made about killing certain people," said Leonig, a Pulitzer Prize-winning author, on MSNBC's Deadline. White House. Former New York prosecutor Tristan Snell, who successfully helped prosecute the New York Attorney General's case against Trump University, pointed to security measures as a possible reason for the delay. Most likely reason, all the law enforcement coordination and security logistics that are being worked out, including with NYPD and Secret Service, Snell offered. They don't want to indict and then have a long gap between indictment and arrest/arraignment. He also noted, part of the security is to ensure the grand jurors themselves, 23 regular New Yorkers, doing their civic duty, are protected from a defendant who incites violence. Former federal prosecutor Renato Mariotti said, "Based on what we know publicly, there are plenty of loose ends that prosecutors may need to tie up, so delay is not all that surprising."